Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurandi binti Kamar Zaman. My matric number is 191677. Okay, this is an individual project which requires me to share my thought. It's response to a short video about street art by Joshua Allen Harris, Inflatable Bag Monster. Okay, first, the question is, do you think this type of art has a message, or is it merely of a work of art? Explain your view. Okay, I think this type of art has their own message. That is when you live and works in a city over a long period of time, it's sometimes possible to get so accustomed to seeing a mad amount of a litter on the street that you barely notice if after a while. But what if one day the streets litter suddenly came to live and began to move on its own right in front of you? His artwork has an element of surprise and drama. As he say, parts of the magic is that it look like trash on the street, and then it become animated and comes to life. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes it's easy to get used to seeing a litter to the point where we stop thinking about it. But Harris inflatable bag animals cause us to take notice of trash bag and think about them in a different way. For me, it make me reflect on how our trash in some ways has a life of its own. Even though I might throw a plastic grocery bag away, it doesn't mean it no longer exists. It will continue to exist and have an impact on the environment over the long term, whether I realize it or not. Using humor or whimsy, Harris artwork make us notice the litter in our environment that is otherwise invisible and taken for granted as somebody else's job to clean up. Another thing I find intriguing about Harris sculpture is that they can sometimes evoke an emotional response. On one level, I recognize that these sculptures are non-living objects made out of plastic trash bag or grocery bags, but on another level, I find that I respond emotional to the great creatures as though they were alive. Some people have commented that watching the sculpture deflate makes them feel sad as though the sculpture is dying. This is especially poignant with the polar bear sculpture. Polar bears often visible symbol of effect and climate change. Perhaps not coincidence that the use of the subway, example the public transportation, it was bring this polar bear back to the life. Okay, next, the number 2 question is, in your opinion, what is inspired the artist to create such artwork? Okay, in my opinion, the things that inspired the artist to create such artwork is when it all started. It got put up on website, and from there it just spreads around the world really quickly, and it was really interesting to him. He wasn't even into or doing anymore, but the response that he's get to it was just amazing, and he got interested again, and because of that he started making as much as he could, as fast as he could. He felt that the artwork by him was appreciated by the public. Okay, the number 3 question is, what other artworks do you think can be created using everyday object? Describe 2 examples. Okay, first, I think British artist Jane Perkins creates beautiful work of art using everyday objects like a marble, toys, or buttons picked up from the recycle center, second-hand shop, and junkyard. Okay, she begins her successful career by creating stylish brooch made with discards jewelry, coins, seashells, and other food junk, but soon moved on to other more complex and impressive work, taking inspiration from Ecuadorian artists who take broken pieces of jewelry and implement them in the original hair design, and from the found object themselves, Perkins creates colorful masterpieces exhibited all around the world. She loves to make art with an element of fun and unexpected, and says she will use anything colorful that she can get her hands on. Okay, Jane Perkins starts out with a photo of the person she wants to depict and proceed to attach colorful object over it. She used cut up plant pot markers for the teeth and plastic forks to give the hair a texture spiky looks. The only items she buy for her works are eye beads, which apparently allow her to capture emotion in the picture. Okay. Next, the example number 2 is while many artists consider pencil and paper to be their essential tools, Andrew Muse prefer his electric screwdriver. For the past several years, the California-based artist has been drilling thousands of screws into pieces of plywood and painting them to make 3D masterpieces that can be appreciated by both blind and sight people. Mears begins making what he calls screw painting a few years after graduating from the Laguna College of Arts and Design. The best example of this is Andrew works with screw. He creates sculptures from thousands of screws. His distinctive and realistic pieces, mostly portraits, are made by combining oil paint and shadows. They are a testament to craft, strength, and artistry. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much.